We apologize for all of the technical difficulties today. We don't believe it's on our end. The XSplit server is not cooperating with us right now. 2nd and 6 at the Baltimore 14, and West flips it down over the middle to Kelvin Kidd. This is just pitch and catch for Alexander West. Check that, Washington, boy, that 87 and 81, they look so darn close. 1st and goal for the Pride. They have got to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm not, Baltimore, like I said, Baltimore's defense is just, it's like nobody for the entire team is in tune. That I just really don't understand.
Handoff Dwayne Lane, he's wrapped up in the backfield, and they've done a good job on Lane around the left side, and we've spoken to that being a strength. And you know, it's so strange, Greg, that the Crabs have not made many defensive adjustments since their great game against Santa Fe, and why would they? But yet we haven't seen the same defense, and it's been perplexing as Dwayne Lane breaks off a tackle but then gets whacked at the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal.
Who knows? I mean, there could be any number of factors as to why. I mean, there could be dissension in the locker room. The loss of Snyder could be affecting the team, which in a way it does, insofar as field position is concerned and staying on the field longer. But you're right, it's kind of an
3rd and goal from the 5. West trying to make it a 20-point lead, and West will fire down the middle, and that pass is caught for a Tallahassee Pride touchdown. It's Washington again, 20-0.
Whoa. Especially a non-star. I mean, he was wide. Wide. I could have caught that pass. And I'm like 50 gazillion years old. I mean, that's just, I'm not real sure if Baltimore's heads are in this game. Or could it be a one-and-done curse for them?
It's just surprising. It doesn't feel, nothing about today feels like a playoff game. They don't. It's like Baltimore is spinning in motion.
And like Jimmy said on Northern Lanes, I've seen more cheer in a graveyard. These guys just don't seem to be in it.
Really flat right now. Now, with that said, Baltimore, the last time they played Tallahassee, although they did have everyone healthy, they made a big second half comeback. They erased a 15-point deficit. I know this one is 21, but you know, they did erase the 15-point deficit and ended up beating. Oh, there's a fumble. There's a Baltimore fumble on the kickoff return, and Tallahassee has recovered. Oh, the bottom has fallen out.
Hold on, let me get my umbrella. Hold on. Okay, now I'm good.
That ball came out at the last second. As we look at the well, actually, no, right on the first hit.
He got knocked out the frame. That was a solid hit.
Wow. If I'm Santa Fe, I'm really nervous right now because you're looking at a semifinal rematch, a 2-3 rematch with Santa Fe and Tallahassee, and this, I don't want to play the Pride right now. I just don't. They are hot at the right time.
I don't think anybody wants to see Tallahassee right now.
Lane, a couple of spin moves. He picks up 7, and Tallahassee is going into the no huddle. They want to put the clamps down on Baltimore. 3 receivers, handoff Lane, and Lane got nothing. 3rd down and 3. Baltimore needs some sort of stop. There's something to get some positive momentum. They're going to swing it out to Lane again. Lane around the right side, and a nice tackle. Nearly got the 1st down. It'll be 4th and 1. Blackwell on the tackle.
Yeah, if they can just hold them to a field goal, if this is what they're going to do, hey, this should be considered a victory for the Crabs.
And they are going to kick a field goal from 38 yards away. So considering, and we talked about it, I think the biggest factor in this game has been field position. Tallahassee's getting the ball at midfield or in Baltimore territory almost every possession.
Right. I mean, this is just mind-boggling. Like I said, what they made it good. The defensive stops they've been able to get because the offense is out of sync, and the defense, once they get that field position, the defense haven't been really able to stop them. They're like a revolving door. So you got, just like I said, just way too many factors going on for Baltimore right now. I think there are a lot of things going on in their heads. They're just not in the game right now.
Don't forget who will win the King of the Ground. That will be decided Monday night as the DC Dragons, the 5 seed, travel to New York to take on the 4 seed. And that kickoff is at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. An earlier than normal kickoff time on Monday as we give you a football triple header of sorts with an SFL playoff game before the Monday Night Football doubleheader. Make sure you tune in. Dragons and Knights. That's developing into one of the better rivalries in the SFL.
Now, even though they're down 24-0, this is still a doable victory for the Crab.
2 backs, 2 receivers. Dazzo back to pass. Dazzo hit as he threw, and he's going to be brought down and sacked. A combination sack by Taylor and Lee. The 2 stars on the line, a loss of 5.
Well, shut my mouth. If enough of that goes on, that is a hard road to hoe.
Dazzo can't throw it.
Now he's getting 3 seconds at best.
2nd and 15 at the 21. 4 receivers, 2 to either side for Dazzo. Has to make something happen here. Dazzo swings it out deep. One-on-one coverage, and DR Sim makes the play. A pickup of 16, or maybe even 21. And that's a first down at the Baltimore 41, and by far their best play of the day.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. They need that in bunches to DR Sim, because I think he's only in single coverage.
You got a silver on a bronze, and you got one of the best receivers on a corner that has struggled a bit. And Dazzo's looking that way again, and that pass is picked off. Shut my mouth as McCormick takes it away, and Dazzo can't do anything right here in the first half.
Georgia University grad McCormick, 6'3", 204 pounds, excellent coverage skills. Wow, that was just a bad throw. There's just no way around it. There's no other way to say it. That was just a terrible throw.
1st and 10 at the 35. Baltimore really hurting as he tried to test McCormick for a 2nd straight time and got burned. Now West is going to go down the middle. These receivers are all alone. And once again, immediately as the drive starts, Tallahassee's at midfield again.
Yeah, it's almost as if Tallahassee has gone into a hybrid West Coast offense. I mean, they're just basically dinking and dunking it down the field. Something Baltimore should take note of.
Baltimore, if they lose today, this would be their 3rd straight first-round playoff loss. The curse of the first round for this team is something that you just can't make up as Dwayne Lane picks up another 5 yards.
Yeah, I mean, as a Cowboy fan, we had this, we experienced this early as a kid. I mean, we probably went to the playoffs 5, 6, 7 years in a row, and we just could not get over the hump.
2nd and 5 at the 47 alongside Greg Morris. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine, the Sim Football Network on Twitch. Wild card playoffs as Lane picks up nothing, brings up a 3rd down and 5.
Big 93. Of course, he shouldn't really pat himself on the back just yet.
If I'm the Baltimore coach, I mean, Baltimore in the last 6 quarters has been outscored 60-3. What is going on? And they just jumped offside. That might have given, well, it's not going to matter. That's a first down completion to 36, a gain of 12 for Kelvin Kidd. Tallahassee keeps on chucking.
Tallahassee's just having the, I mean, West could probably wear a blindfold back there and hit these receivers. Not only are they so open, but I mean, he's throwing on time. and I don't mean to make it sound so bad for Baltimore, but it's just, like I said, they haven't showed up. So, I mean, we can only call what we see. I mean, we can't dress it up any better than that. They are just playing absolutely terrible.
1st and 10 at the Baltimore 36. Alexander West has looked unstoppable, and this Baltimore defense that looked so good over a 2-week stretch has looked like Swiss cheese, and that pass is dropped by Alexander Brown. That could have been a pick six the other way, and these are the type of plays that Baltimore is just not taking advantage of.
Yeah, Alexander Brown, that was a good play. That was one of the few good plays this defense has had today.
2nd down, 10. Ball at the 36. 3 receivers for West. Out of the shotgun. Back to pass. West fires down the middle. That pass caught. That is a 9-yard pickup to the Baltimore 27. That is Washington again. He is eating up this Baltimore team, and we've hit the 2-minute warning. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification along the Tallahassee Pride Radio Network.
Get some pride on 1010 AM WJGL, the Jungle Sports Radio.
It'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Pride. Baltimore needs something. 2 receivers, 1 running back. Lane takes it left side. Lane's got a first down. Lane shot out of the cannon inside the 10, out of the 6, a gain of 21. He's got 51 yards in the first half.
The left tackle and the left guard, that was probably some of the best blocking on that left side. I mean, they opened the crease, and Lane really doesn't need that much room.
1st and goal. 1:32 to go in the first half, and Tallahassee could make this a rout before halftime. Back to pass West against a blitz. West all the way across the field. Touchdown to Jordan Jennings.
That was an offside throw where he rolled to the right, pass back to his left. Oh, man. Not really sure that there's really any real good defense for that outside of man. But the defender left Jennings. I mean, he took the bait on the roll, left Jennings, and of course the rest is history.
The Baltimore Crabs.
This is a continuation of the final game of the season against
Yeah.
Honolulu.
Yeah, they look exactly the same.
Yeah, this is part 2.
And the field goal, or the extra point for Tallahassee, is up and good. 31-0. And we have had a couple of blowouts in league history in playoff games. But my goodness, I think the last thing we expected when we started this season was a blowout in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. I'd be honest with you, I thought this would be something like a 17-13 game.
I'm with you. I thought that, you know, I thought we would see. I thought that Baltimore's defense last week was an anomaly.
Yeah, I do too.
I thought Kevin Walker played the best game of his career. I thought that, at least since he's moved to Hawaii, I thought that Johnny English had one of his better games. I thought that the defense was unconscious. They were ridiculous.
Right.
And I thought we'd see Baltimore bounce right back when they showed up here today. And they clearly, they look like a team that's been worn down by a season that they have been just trying to recover from. As Dazzo flips it out to Sin, that's going to be a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, I'm looking for reasons as to why we're seeing what we're seeing. I'm trying to blame it on jet lag, and that's not, that can't be the case. I mean, like I said, there could be some things going on in that locker room that we're not privy to, and that's the only explanation that I can have, because this looks like a team divided.
Yeah, there's got to be something internal going on out there. Nobody looks the same, with the exception of maybe Dazzo and Hittner. Something has been lost along the way here for the Crabs as they swing it out to Perry. Perry's got a block, and Perry's got a first down and gets out of bounds to the 38-yard line. And right now, if you're Baltimore, you can't look at the scoreboard. You just have to worry about executing and not turning the ball over, because if there's one knock on Mike Dazzo, it's in the first half of ball games. Sometimes he can just look bad.
And even after the Crabs, I just want to touch on this. Even after they lost Snyder, they still continued to win. After they lost Snyder, it wasn't until later on down in the season. Something had to happen to split that loss.
Back to pass. Dazzo swings it outside. Pass caught by Outdat. This is a nice 2-minute offense here as Outdat gets out of bounds. That's the third straight completion to get to the sideline, and Baltimore's moving now.
Yeah, and if possible, maybe they just need to go to the 2-minute offense the rest of the game.
48 yards and 2 interceptions for Mike Dazzo, who also has a lot of pressure on his shoulders. He's lost 2 straight first-round games, and people look at him like Andy Dalton. Can he win in the playoffs? And so far, the answer is no. Dazzo deep, hit as he threw, passes caught, pull wide open. Dr. Sim, 10-5 touchdown, Baltimore.
There's that man, Dr. Sim. He is the one that personally I would throw to him every time I drop back, even if he's double covered. I'm taking shots to Dr. Sim. Now, of course, Dazzo has to be a little bit more accurate than the long interception he threw. He has to be a little bit more accurate and judicious with his throw.
And that time, Mike Dazzo didn't get to see the throw because he got put on his back. And it is shocking to me that Mike Dazzo has not gotten hurt this year. That guy has taken more hits than any quarterback in the league.
He's taken his fair share of punishment.
And Dr. Sim, that's what he did against the Tallahassee Pride in their first meeting. And I think that he has the capabilities to do that again. I think, though, what we're seeing here today is we're seeing a Baltimore team going in the wrong direction and the Tallahassee Pride going in the right direction. And there's your 31-7 first half score.
Yeah, the Pride, like I said, they ended the season on a 3-game winning streak. Baltimore, on the other hand, lost 2 in a row with this devastating loss to the Legends. I hate to continue to repeat that, but it can't be stressed enough that they were on a downturn, and nothing has happened to reflect that they've changed anything.
And it doesn't make sense to me. And it's just one of those things. It's just football, right? They go play Orlando, and they beat Orlando. Orlando turns around and they kill Honolulu and knocked them out of the playoffs. Honolulu probably feels like right now we should be the 6th seed playing in this game.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
And then Baltimore turns around and gets smacked by Honolulu, all in a 3-week period. It's just stunning how it's all developed. Back to pass West. He swings it outside. That pass is caught by Kidd. He bounces off the tackle, turns the corner, gets a first down, and stops the clock. And we probably haven't talked about it enough today. Alexander West is also having one of the best games of his season.
Yeah, he is Mr. Golden Arm today.
West completes 69% of his passes. 17 touchdowns, 17 interceptions for both of these quarterbacks. The knock on him has been the picks. 1st and 10 at the 41. Back to pass, West. And he checks it down to Lane, and that's what Baltimore needed. Hittner on the tackle. That's a 1-yard loss, and Tallahassee's going to go no huddle. They have all 3 timeouts. For all the new people who have shown up in the last few minutes, how do we sound audio-wise today? As West drops the throw, 2nd and 11, clock is ticking down the middle of the field, nearly intercepted. That's the 4th time. I've counted 4 times now. Baltimore's had a chance to pick the ball off, and they can't get their hands around the football. 3rd and 11.
Yeah, Hittner's not known as Mr. Soft Hands, but he should have had that.
In fact, Hittner, no interceptions this year, and he's the only man on that defense without one in terms of a star. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the left side. West out of the shotgun, back to pass, steps in the pocket. West is going to avoid a sack. West still on his feet. He's going to scramble, break 2 tackles. Alexander West, first down at Baltimore 45. Get out of here. Just get out of here. Go home.
Wow.
That was the best quarterback run I have seen in the SFL. West back to pass, down to 11 seconds to go. Check down, just still shy of field goal range. Down to the Baltimore 42, down to 5 seconds. They're going to call a timeout, bring the Hail Mary unit on the field. Get out of here, Alexander West.
To be honest with you, I didn't know West could run.
Well, he really can't. It's more like when you see that old lady on the sidewalk in the neighborhood. She's just, sort of
shuffling along.
Yeah. Boy, I should have been on webcam for that. Yeah, you just, pacewalk.
If only you could see this, folks.
Got the 8-track. Got the 8-track next. That's what West looked like there. Hail Mary formation here. Baltimore. This can't seem to stop the Pride today. They have just one stop, a punt force. West back to pass, and he's got all day. He's going to fling it into the end zone, and that pass is intercepted. So Baltimore finally gets some momentum at the end of the half. They get the touchdown, and they get the interception. Tallahassee leads 31-7. These are the Wild Card playoff games on the Sim Football Network on Twitch and on Pride Radio.
Brandon Martinez breaks up the play and snatches away what could have been a touchdown pass. Oh, brutal. What could have been a big play ends up as a demoralizing one.
Boy, that was a heads-up play to come away with his first interception of the game.
Yeah, you gotta love D like that.
And that'll do it for the first half of this one. The Pride in command of this one, 31-7.
Okay, Dan, let's get this halftime show started. What do you have for us?
Now we'll look at our halftime comparison, and as you can see, total yards definitely tell the story thus far. The Pride are winning because of it. Let's see if they can keep up their dominance in the second half. We'll pick up the action midway through the first quarter. Number 23 got the carry here, and he was able to break through. Touchdown for the home team. The Pride get the first points of the game and go up by 7. Later on in the second quarter, this time at the 10-yard line. Number 88 did his part by getting himself open on this one. A 9-yard touchdown for the home team. I'm out of control. Still early in the second quarter, the Crabs trailing by 14. Number 32 was in the right place at the right time as his interception was a possible momentum shifter. The Pride, middle of the second. Number 7 needed to be on target here, and he was. A 5-yard touchdown for the home team. The Pride winning 21-0. After driving 10 yards on 3 plays, Barrow would be called upon for the field goal try, and he'd come through. A 38-yard field goal. The Pride moving ahead big and now lead by 24. The Crabs still middle of the second. Number 22 is reading the quarterback's eyes all the way, and he's able to get his hands on this one and picks it off. Late into the second quarter, the Pride up by 24. Number 23 got the carry as they stayed on the ground on third down, and he'd make it pay off. They have opened it up and now lead by 31. The Crabs come right back. Number 7 had it working as he connected with his man here for a big one. A 55-yard touchdown for the visitors. The Crabs back 31-7. Martinez was in the right place at the right time as his interception was a possible momentum shifter. And that's how we'll round this one out. The Pride are up big at halftime, 31-7.
All right, good work, partner.
The Pride will get the ball first here in the second half, and they are dominating this game. Currently, they are up large, 31-7. Let's go down to the field.
Football video games for 25 years have failed to bring you a total game day experience. The SFL believes it's been too long a wait. In 2016, a total game day experience arrives. If you love sim football, you'll never want to miss another SFL night again. Multiple games at the same time, more games per season, no more bye weeks. In-game highlights from around the league will keep you engaged. Our league-produced halftime show will catch you up on what you've missed. Customization of your complete roster gives each team a unique brand. An extra star or two won't hurt either. A new league website brings fans the incredible detail of the SFL to the forefront. Play-by-play 3 nights a week in prime time, you got it. The SFL is partnering with PX1 Sports, bringing Irvine to epic Madden matchups starting in September. Mark your calendars, Sunday, September 27th, 5 p.m. Eastern. The SFL Championship will feature a 4-man commentating crew. It's time to hype next level sim. Our doors are now open. Be the player, be the coach, be the owner, be the league, be the drama. Grab a seat.
Start of the third quarter here from Pride Park in Tallahassee, and the Pride are going to get the football to start the second half. And Greg, we were just talking about at halftime that Baltimore can get a stop and get a score here early in the third quarter. Then they got plenty of time to make a comeback here.
Oh yeah, they do. I mean, no doubt about it. There's enough time in here, especially if this defense can come back to where they were at the start of the season. They have plenty enough time to get back in this game and possibly win it.
I mean, they're not in the playoffs for nothing.
No.
4 receivers, 3 to the right side for Tallahassee, but Alexander West is playing out of his mind. Back to pass West. He checks it down to Lane, and Lane still somehow manages 5 yards. And these are the type of plays, as I thought Sim was open again, these are the type of plays that Baltimore usually does not give up.
No, they're...
I meant Jennings, by the way.
Yeah, and they just seem to be a step out of sync. I can't really put my finger on it, but I'm watching players that should be making plays. They're not there.
Second down 5 at the 34. They're saying you need to talk a little louder, Greg, so you should get on 2nd and 5. West back to pass. Deep ball knocked into the air, and it is intercepted! Intercepted finally by Eddie Gage, and there's the stop Baltimore was looking for. First down of the 47.
Eddie Gage, that is exactly what Baltimore needed. That ball bounced around, bounced off the hands of the receiver, right into the loving and waiting arms of Eddie Gage.
For Eddie Gage, that's interception number 5 on the year, and he has 116 return yards as well on those interceptions. And this could be the momentum that Baltimore was looking for. 2 receivers to the left side. Dazzo back to pass. Dazzo flips it out to Perry. Perry down the sideline, 45. Perry gets 7 to the 40-yard line. Dazzo up to 110 passing yards. It's 2nd and 3.
Never thought I'd be saying that a 7-yard gain out of the backfield on a pass was positive for Baltimore. But at this stage of the game, that is definitely a sign that they're moving in the right direction. Let's see what the rest of this drive holds, though.
Eddie Gage, 7th in the league with 4 interceptions, nicknamed 2 Scoops, and Actually was at strong safety last year before moving over to free safety. Second down and 3, handoff to Perry. He tried to cut it back the other way. That's a loss of 1. I've seen some teams with that play across the league. I don't like that play.
No, I wouldn't run it, especially on a back like Perry. Perry doesn't have the quickness to run that play. So on a back, the quickness or the speed. So with a back like that, I would not run it.
I'd only run it with maybe like a heat troll. I don't think anyone's faster or fast enough to execute it correctly. Third down, Dazzo nearly sacked. The pass is caught, and that's if we're being honest, a horrible spot. I thought DR Sim had the first down.
That should be a first down. If they, oh man, I would challenge that.
And they are going to challenge that, and that's a good challenge by Baltimore. And in the first half,
the Crabs are challenging the spot of the ball.
In the first half, that's a sack. But Dazzo figured out how to get the ball away. Here, we're going to get a good look at this down the line. There's no doubt. His whole entire body is over the yellow line.
Who spotted that? Stevie Wonder?
I do think he's the back judge today.
Wow. I almost said Ray Charles, God rest his soul.
The call on the field is overturned. The Crabs will not be charged with a timeout. First down.
Coach Sutherland gets his wish. That is a successful challenge and an important challenge at that. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Baltimore Crabs.
Now let's see if Baltimore can maintain the rhythm. They're moving in the right direction. And Dazzo looks like he's starting to finally settle down.
Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers. Baltimore on the move, down 24. Back to pass. Dazzo swings it out right side, tipped away. That pass, a little bit too nonchalant to out that. They needed more zip on that one.
Yeah, that was almost like he was asking for that to be on somebody's highlight reel, running it back the other way.
2nd and 10 at the 37. 24-point deficit, but Baltimore has been cutting into it the last couple of minutes, and Perry gets a carry, no gain. Sets up a 3rd down and 10, still outside of field goal range.
You know, if had I been Baltimore, the offensive adjustments I would have made if I were going to run the ball would have been just out to the flanks alone, because running up the middle against those 2 big defensive linemen, that's really just a no-no.
And I would have attacked the linebackers over the middle with the pass.
Oh, definitely, without a doubt.
Back to pass, Dazzo, 3rd down and 10, going deep down. That one-on-one coverage, that pass is tipped into the air and incomplete. Very good coverage by Goodwin on the outside. And Demetrius out that's got to make that play. And I'm not so sure I like that call, because they don't even get into field goal range and they come up empty off the turnover.
Yeah, Dazzo, like I said, I thought maybe he was getting into some kind of rhythm. But what Baltimore needs to do was dink and dunk their way downfield. It doesn't have to look pretty, doesn't have to look spectacular, but it does have to be effective to keep them on the field long.
Runners away from Baltimore. They do have an opportunity to pin Tallahassee deep, and this is a great punt. That is going to roll to a stop at the 3-yard line. Baltimore's doing all the right things here in the second half and late in that first half. But it's tough to chip away on a deficit like this. 1st and 10 for Tallahassee from their own 3, by far their worst field position today.
So let's see if Baltimore can capitalize.
2 receivers. Lane is in the backfield. Baltimore doesn't get a lot of sacks. Showing a blitz. Hand off to Lane right up the middle. And that was a good run for Dwayne Lane. They were blitzing from the outside. Lane makes him pay for a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, Lane, he blew by that first tackle. Baltimore's tackling today hasn't looked as crisp as we've seen it in the past.
9 minutes to go in the 3rd. Still plenty of time here in the wild card opener. Semifinals next week and the National Championship game Sunday, September 27th. Dwayne Lane picks up nearly a first down. And Greg, I know we are just, I don't care who ends up making the championship game. We are so fired up to make that call.
Oh, yeah. I am there.
Getting Damon Simeon and Mike Peters and everyone all here together.
That's going to be a fun time.
We definitely will need an hour of prep with everybody here to make sure that we get it all right. And off Lane on 3rd down and inches, and he got the first down, went untouched until he was tackled by Dazzo and Hittner at the 15-yard line, and Tallahassee working their way from deep in their own territory.
So I'm wondering if Baltimore has squandered the opportunity to get back in this game, because the clock, she is a-ticking.
Yeah, you never know. If Tallahassee scores, they definitely did squander it. Still have a long way to go. Baltimore trying to keep everything in front of them. Swing out right side, pass out by Kidd, and Kidd picks up 8. Lions lucky didn't call for a late hit there, and it's 2nd and 2.
Yeah, this is at this point in time, Baltimore doesn't need to keep anything in front of them. They need to take chances. They need to gamble. They need to blitz, because how much it can get worse, but it's not going to get any better if they don't start taking chances.
Well, you can't give up any points. 3-score game, it's not like, oh, we can bend and not break and force a field goal. No, you've got to get them off the field. You've got to give Dazzo as many chances as you can. 2nd and 2 at the 23, so I see your point. 2 backs in the backfield, 3 receivers, handoff to Lane. Lane, boy, somebody missed a tackle back there. That was big old number 91. That's another first down. Gage and Dazzo combined for it, and he looked like he was dazed and confused.
Yep, he was. And Gage and, Dazzo should make that tackle, but Gage is making way too many tackles. He's second level. He shouldn't be making those tackles.
Hand off to Lane again, bouncing it right side. Lane gets 2 despite, sort of wandering around looking for some space. They just can't get him in the backfield.
No, I think maybe they've had 1 or 2 tackles for a loss, but their penetration has been slim to none all day long.
2nd down and 8. This drive started at the 3. They've had the ball for over 2 minutes now. Now at the 30. 2nd and 8. West down the middle. Pass is, he caught it. Pass caught by Dolman, who's been silent since early in the 2nd quarter. And it's first down to the 42, a 39-yard drive now.
I cannot believe a man of this size is this agile catching passes like this. 6'6", 271 pounds. Come on now. Come on, man.
He's like Gronk on, Gronk in a marble slab or something.
Yeah, Gronk on steroids. Ooh, Gronk's not on steroids, but we're just saying.
2nd down. Well, you never know with
New England wouldn't do that. They would not allow Gronk to be on steroids.
We'd like to make a public service announcement to all the SFL fans out there that our balls are properly inflated.
Okay, you got me.
2nd and 8 at the 44. West is under center. 5:48 to go in the 3rd quarter. Still on the move. Lane, a huge hole up the middle, and Lane picks up 7 again. And they're just making 3rd and short look simple. 3rd and 1 now, and they're nearly to midfield.
Man, please tell me this isn't going to happen.
If this ends up being a 97-yard drive for a touchdown, my goodness. And off the Lane again, 3rd and 1. This time he got, that's not Dwayne Lane, that's his backup, and he gets to the 33, a 16-yard gain for Collins. Dead to rights in the backfield, and even the backups can't do anything wrong today.
Wow. Check that ball. Something's wrong with the ball.
Now, when you say something's wrong with the ball, do you mean something's wrong with the Baltimore?
Oh, ow. Ouchie.
Just asking if you were abbreviating it like it is on the scoreboard.
I are stunned.
Back to pass, West checks it down. Oh, whoops. Dwayne Lane put Collins back in. Lane dropped the ball. Second down, and that's the first time that Baltimore's been able to get a stop on this drive, is when Lane was wide open and he couldn't make the play.
Lane was probably saying, hey, you weren't supposed to throw me the ball. Why? Maybe he was just, he did hit him in the wrong place, though. Hit him in the hand.
So 4:41 left in the third quarter. This drive over 4 minutes long, and they're just now entering field goal range. Baltimore they just can't seem to find it deep down. West, back to pass. West is in trouble, and he's thrown down. A 6-yard loss back to the Baltimore 39-yard line. And that was a big play from Coy Sate.
Hallelujah. That should be worth 14 points there. Can we give Baltimore 14 points for that sack?
I don't think that would be ethical.
Okay. All right. If we were in New England, we could do it.
I hope my grandfather's not listening, because he's a Patriot fan, and he is going to be very upset at me when I come back. He might not let me use his Sunday ticket tomorrow. Four receivers. West going for it all on 3rd and long, and that pass is intercepted and being returned by Kenneth Lyons up to the 30-yard line. It's West's 3rd interception today, and Baltimore ends up getting a stop.
My, oh my. They were in a cover 3 then, and Kenneth Lyons played his zone perfectly.
I am shocked Alexander West went deep there. Why did you have to? They've been doing so well, you know.
West is he's a cutthroat. He said, I got my foot on the throat. Let's just go and finish this.
Well, it's not finished yet. 4:04 to go. Tallahassee's been shut out here in the third quarter. Back-to-back turnovers. Perry takes the swing, and 2 Pride members are there to make the stop for just a 2-yard gain.
They were almost there before Perry got there. That's not good.
2nd and 8. Don't forget that our second wild card game is Monday, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. The DC Dragons at the New York Knights. And if we're being truthful, it's about 5:15, 5:30 Central Time, but it didn't fit in the graphic. Swing out to Perry, past the 35. Perry, look at him protecting the ball. Rumbling down the left side for a first down to the 41.
Running hard, too. Perry's like, I know I'm not a star, but Perry really, he has played better than most of the stars on the team.
When he's gotten his opportunities in open space, he's done some good things.
Rumbling, stumbling down the field.
Mike Dazzo really struggling to get Sim involved at that one long touchdown, and since then has once again been quiet. Perry on the carry, picks up 1, which that's not bad. If you're Baltimore right now, it's the same score as the first half. If you can get out of the third quarter outscoring Tallahassee in some form or fashion, you're on the right track.
The heavens will open.
Yeah, exactly. Or have the potential to open. They at least ask you for the password at that point. 2nd and 9, Dazzo back to pass, going deep, down the right side, 1-on-1 coverage, and again, it's knocked away by Goodwin. And I have not seen a non-star, or yeah, that's what I meant to say. I have not seen a non-star play that good a defense on a star receiver pretty much all season. He has locked down out-dat on the deep ball.
Yeah, Dazzo, those throws are desperation. He's throwing out of desperation.
Third down, 9 for Dazzo. Deep drop back. Dazzo fires down the middle. That pass is caught by Sim to the Tallahassee 49. The perfect route, and a nice deep drop back as well for Dazzo to give him some time.
Yeah, DR Sim, I mean, he got smoked on that play too, by the way. 6'2", 200 pounds. Texas Longhorns, hook 'em horns.
Hook 'em. I didn't know he was a UT guy. They need him to come back.
Oh, they do. They do.
1st and 10 at the Pride 49-yard line. Dazzo back to pass, going to swing it out to Sim. Back to back. Oh, no, they said he was out of bounds. Not so sure about that one either.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's worth a challenge.
No, not for 3 or 4 yards, but yeah, I think he was inbound.
Well, they are going to challenge. Sutherland is feeling confident.
Sutherland is feeling the heat. He's got to get something going here. He's going to be out of a job. But I think he's right. I think he's right on this challenge.
Yeah, he only needs 1 foot on the sideline as far as what I could tell.
Oh yeah, he almost had 2.
Yeah, and he might have had 2, depending upon if he tapped him or not. I think Sutherland's going to go 2 for 2
After
here.
review, the pass has been ruled complete.
Yeah,
the catch
he
was
right
made
again.
prior to going out of bounds. The Crabs.
So it's going to be second down and
second down.
6, and these Tallahassee refs are trying to do everything they can to put Baltimore out of their misery. Second and 6. Out of the shotgun, Baltimore trails 31-7, but they've held Tallahassee scoreless here in the third quarter. Back to pass Dazzo. He's going deep, and Dazzo's pass is caught by DR Sim inside the 10-5 touchdown. DR Sim back-to-back TDs, and don't look now. It's 31-13.
It's not over yet, folks. It's not over yet. I may get to say it later on. I may get to say it. We'll wait and see.
Ivan Mixon, a rare over pursuit of that football, went right over his head. And Baltimore has the first points of the second half. And DR Sim is starting to catch fire. He finished with 852 yards, 61 receptions, 7 touchdowns this season. But he was on pace there for a while for nearly 900 yards. And sort of, you would have expected him to get better without Snyder, but he actually saw his production lessen. But right now, his production is pretty dang good, and he likes the Tallahassee Pride. Now 5 touchdowns in 2 games against the Pride, and it is 31-14.
Yeah, Ivan Mixon, that was crazy. I mean, he has 5 interceptions. Great coverage, guys. So not sure what DR did to him to get that open, but DR averages like 7 catches a game, and he is really their go-to guy.
The last 3 possessions, if you think about this, Tallahassee scored on 5 of their first 6 possessions. Since then, they've had 3 possessions. All have ended in interceptions, back to back, dating back to that Hail Mary to end the half.
And maybe Baltimore is finally waking up. They finally shaken whatever it is that was on their backs. And so let's see here. Let's see if they get a stop here, we might have us a ball game.
First down and 10 at the 31. 3 receivers, 2 to the left side. And West is out of the shotgun. West drops the throw. West all day to throw. That pass is caught. 5-yard gain from Kelvin Kidd. Just his 5th catch today. It is 2nd and 5.
Yeah, they've kind of held Kidd in check. I'm not sure. Well, I think he's got 5 catches today.
Right. And nothing has really been deep.
No.
They tried to hit him deep. Kenneth Lyons took that away. By the way, that was Lyons' 7th interception of the season. That's just 1 behind June Fierro. 2nd and 5 in on Lane, and Lane hit the backfield, but he still managed to get 2 yards. He's got some muscle on him.
Yeah, he's, like I said, he's squat. He's low to the ground. He's hard to see, but he's got thighs like tree trunks.
3rd and 3. 3 receivers for West trying to avoid a 3-and-out. Lane gets the carry. Lane is going to lose 2 yards. And Tallahassee has fallen flat here in the 3rd quarter. Baltimore will get the ball back.
Look out. Look out, Tallahassee.
Can you imagine? What? Wasn't it 31-0?
Yeah.
That seems like forever ago.
Yeah, it does. I mean, Baltimore has really just snatched momentum from Tallahassee and has it by the throat right now and just refuses to let it go.
So the Pride, oh boy, nearly blocked the punt as well for Baltimore. Good kick though from the 26 up to the 29-yard line. Can you imagine they would have blocked the punt?
Yeah, that would have been ridiculous. And really, Baltimore now has pretty decent field position. And so what Dazzo needs to do now is, I'm not saying completely go away from the run, but they're going to have to incorporate DR Sim into the offense a little bit more.
You're watching the Sim Football Network on Twitch. These are the wild card playoffs. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine, alongside analyst Greg Morris. Quick slant. That pass caught. Nailed at the 36 was Bryant, his second catch of the day. Sim, 7 grabs, 142 yards, 2 touchdowns today as we enter the fourth quarter. Down to 5, down to 4, down to 3, down to 2, down to 1, 31-14. The Crabs have scored the last 14 points in this game. And they have the football on the move. This is the Sim Football Network on Twitch. And we'll be right back to Pride Park after these league messages.
Battling underdogs. They're out for payback, hot at the right time. Who will find redemption? Each who will be? Have the dynamic Richard Snowden. They have the elusive Park Hee-chul, who will be the king of the ground.
Of the fourth quarter here from Tallahassee and Pride Park in Baltimore is making things interesting. 31-14. This game was 31-0 late in the second quarter. And, Greg and I are just sitting back and just waiting for the unthinkable to happen. The largest comeback in league history is only 20. Can you imagine? Especially with Baltimore and all their first-round playoff demons.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a hell of a story?
They've got some serious demons, too.
31-14. Back to pass on 2nd and 3. Dazzo floats it down the middle, and the pass is incomplete. Boy, I thought Sim caught it there for a minute. I think he had a chance at it. Pass is incomplete, and it's 3rd down and 3.
He made a great stab at it, but Dazzo needs to play under control here, contain himself, and just try to get the first down. Don't go deep. Get the first down.
Third down, 3. 3 receivers out of the shotgun at the 36. Back to pass. Dazzo. Dazzo going for it all. It's Sim! It's Sim! Past the 30, 20, 10. Oh, he scored again! Touchdown, Baltimore!
He's not listening to me. Get your popcorn ready.
31-20, 20 unanswered points for DR Sim and the Crabs. He's got 3 touchdowns. You've got to be kidding me.
Wow. Good thing they're not listening to me. Because DR Sim he is turned into, I'm not sure. Maybe he can walk on water. He's carrying this team along with Dazzo, whose arm has finally awoken. It's woke. They're doing it.
In the name of the D and the R and the Sim, amen. I mean, what in the world? And you just ask yourself, Sim, the last time these two teams played, Sim was the best player on the field. He was unstoppable.
Without a doubt.
Why? They just started going to him. The one pass that he caught, then McCormick picked him off. And then since then, they have just kept going to him. Why did it take them so long to get him involved? And Baltimore's down just 10.
Well, I think what happened was it took Baltimore all this time to kidnap momentum, and they've got Mo in a cage somewhere, in a Foot Locker somewhere in the basement of this stadium, and they're not looking to let it go anytime soon.
11:38 left. All Tallahassee has done in the second half is thrown 2 picks and it gotten a 3 and out.
Think West is a little nervous now?
I think everyone's a little nervous here at Pride Park. 31-21, West back to pass. He needs to do something, and West is going to be sacked. A 4-yard loss. Second and 14.
Baltimore, I am so impressed with this team. I mean, I was so down on them the first half. They have brought it, even if they don't make the comeback, they have turned this thing around, and now they are playing what we like to call football.
You can't help but get Jones for this stuff, man.
Oh yeah, they got me jazzed now. This is a game I thought we were going to see the first half.
31-21, the last time these two teams met, Baltimore won 31-24. Second and 14, 4 receivers, 3 to the left. Alexander West back to pass. West goes deep down the middle of the field. Oh, wide open. Jordan Jennings past the 40, down to the 34-yard line. A 43-yard reception, first down, Tallahassee.
Jordan Jennings said, hey, don't forget about me. That's what they did at Florida. They wouldn't pay any attention to me. I'm sorry, Florida State. Like I said, he wasn't that great of a back. He didn't outshine anybody, but he did just enough when they needed the big play. It was his name they were calling.
You were right on the Florida.
Oh, was I?
I think you were right on the Florida.
I second-guessed myself.
Unless I'm wrong, I don't know. Jordan Jennings with a huge play. Baltimore needs to settle down, though, because they could still get a stop here and keep it a 2-score game. Swing out to Lane. He's wide open. Lane past the 30, and Lane gets to the 26, an 8-yard gain. And all of a sudden, it looks like Tallahassee's found their rhythm again.
I think they might have grabbed old Mo. It looks like they got Mo out of that foot locker in the basement of the stadium. Looked like they got him back. This is kind of like capture the flag. Okay, we got it now.
Second and 2. Again, if Tallahassee is forced to just a field goal, it's still a 2-score game. 2 receivers, 1 to either side. Kidd and Dolman have been quiet recently. Jennings takes over. Hand off to Lane. Lane did not get the first down. Got 1 yard, 3rd and 1. Lane at 71 yards on the day.
Nice tackle by Walker, defensive lineman.
This is a big 3rd down.
Big play.
3rd down and 1 at the 26. 2 receivers, 1 to either side. Jennings in the back, or Lane in the backfield, excuse me. And he's going to get the handoff left, and he's still to the backfield. Joe Dazzo got away from the block, and it's a loss of 1. 4th down. It'll be a 43-yard field goal. What a stop for the Gold Star linebacker.
Joe Dazzo, the myth, the man, the legend. And quite frankly, he's not very big. He's 6'1", 233 pounds, but he plays like he's Dick Butkus or somebody.
Dazzo coming in at 17 tackles for loss as a linebacker. Incredible. 43-yard field goal here from the left hash for Tallahassee. That kick is good. So the Pride finally gets some points on the board, but Baltimore is scoring touchdowns in the second half, not field goals. It's a 13-point game.
It's still a ball game. Still a ball game.
And we lost some viewers when it was a blowout. And I don't know why people don't ever learn their lesson.
Yeah.
They keep getting it. It's like the Miami Heat fans.
Right.
They get locked out when their team makes a comeback. It's never over. It's just never over. And most of the time it is, but some of the time it's not. As Baltimore returns up to the 27-yard line.
It's not over till a very large woman sings. They know that.
A very large woman?
Yeah.
Not a fatty? No. Obesity's not funny. 1st and 10 at the 27. Split backs, 3 receivers. Dazzo going to hand it off. Perry, and Perry stopped by. No gain. 2nd and 10. Can't fault them there because eventually they're going to key on VR Sim. And they're going to need to do something.
Okay, it's not over till Rosie O'Donnell sings.
Rosie O'Donnell's not funny.
Trump thinks she is.
Yeah, yeah, he does. 2nd and 10 at the 27, 8:25 to go. Two in the backfield again. Dazzo trying to hard count. Tallahassee very disciplined today. Only that holding penalty earlier. Has to check it down to Perry, and Perry's going nowhere. 1 yard loss, and you can see the Pride defense is finally starting to tighten up.
Yeah.
3rd and 11. Dazzo catching up to West in the passing yards department. At the backfield, 5 wide. Dazzo needs to make a big play. Back to pass. Dazzo steps into the pocket. He is sacked. 4th and 16.
Oh, I have no idea. He had a couple of guys open.
That was the big boy, Taylor.
Yeah, that left tackle. He's had a rough day today trying to contain Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor, number 1 in the league in sacks. 11.5 coming in. He's a big man. Doing big things. And I think, what do you think about this Baltimore here? I think this is the right decision to punt. You can't give him the ball at the 20.
Oh, no, not the way they've been scoring.
But it looks like Tallahassee, for the moment, has turned the ship back around the 44-yard line.
And you mentioned that Taylor was a big man. 6'4", 296 pounds. Out of the youth, Miami Hurricane. Who his career never got off the ground at Miami due to injury, but he's become a star once he got here to the SFL.
Is Rosie O'Donnell 5'4", 296 pounds?
I think she's 5'4".
Okay. Swing out to that pass is caught. That's Mufo. 3-yard gain. We really should not be talking about Rosie O'Donnell on the play after that. I don't know why you brought it up. I just, it's an infectious disease.
Well, I brought it up because of her singing skills.
Really now?
Yeah.
I didn't know she sang.
She sings at all events when it's over.
2nd and 7, back to pass. West, all kinds of time down the middle of the field. That pass is caught, and he was just waiting on Jordan Jennings to cross the middle. First down of the Craft, 43.
Jordan Jennings has just had an outstanding game today. He was quiet, and then he's flourished.
He's always the guy you forget about.
Yeah.
When you're talking about the mainstays in the league, your stars, your superstars, you never talk about Jordan Jennings, and he really deserves to be in that conversation. West back to pass. West fires down the middle. That pass is caught to the 27-yard line. Eventually, Asante Dolman may get in these conversations as well, as he moves the chain back-to-back first down completions.
Asante Dolomite. It looks like Tallahassee has put the fire out, and they're looking to put this thing away.
Which is really a shame, because it really did look like Baltimore was going to do it.
Yeah. For a minute there, they snatched momentum away, and they had kind of turned it around. Too bad that couldn't have been that way in the first half.
10 of the 27. They still can't give up now, but Dwayne Lane around the right side is going to try to force them to. Down to the 11, a 16-yard gain. Lane approaching 100 yards in his playoff debut.
Wayne Lane with that street cred. Wow. The guy, like I said, he's fast and he's just so powerful.
Baltimore needs to force a turnover here. Even a field goal would be a 2-score game. West back to pass. West steps out of the pocket. West is drilled right in the face. Henry Hittner knocks him down and then drinks a nice soda and cracks it on his head and litters. That's not nice. 2nd and 15.
University of Buffalo. Henry Hittner.
What other good players have come out of Buffalo? That's a program that seems like they just get beat up by Ohio State 60-0.
Henry's pretty much it.
Back to pass. West fires it short. That pass is caught. I believe that is Albright, his first catch today. Gain of 7, 3rd down and 8. And as I mentioned, it would be a 16-point game with a field goal, so Baltimore could stay within striking distance. 4:25 to go. 3rd and 8, 4 wide receivers. Brown creeping up the line. Alexander Brown, very quiet game. He has not had a good one against Jennings. Out of the shotgun, West with Lane to his right. Ball on the 9. West, back to pass after a long thought about it. West, pressure breaking down. West, got away, throws it across the field. Dangerous pass. That's an incomplete 4th down, and Tallahassee will kick another field goal, but
that's just as good as a stop.
Yeah, West, very dangerous pass, and Jordan Jennings played defense on this play. Look at this. He's going to knock this away from a pick 6.
Because if he hadn't, Brown was going the other way.
So 4th down and 8 for Tallahassee. The field goal will make it a 16-point game, so they'll need 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversion, 2 2-point conversions. But, you know, I mean, all their touchdowns have been long bombs to DR Sim.
Right.
It only takes 1.
So when they get the ball back here, to me, what they need to do is establish the run. There's no point in even thinking about the run. If they hand that ball to Perry, he hasn't had a very good game at all. So trying to establish the run down by 2 scores, that's not going to help you any. It's pass. It's not like you're not fooling Tallahassee any. So you may as well throw the ball.
I think the key to this drive, unless DR Sim just does something ridiculous again, can DR Sim catch a pass in one-on-one coverage? Or I'm sorry, can Demetrius Outdat catch a pass in one-on-one coverage? He's had a really bad game.
Yeah, which is surprising because I thought him to be a little bit more agile than that. And at one time early in the year, he was actually going to get those balls. But like I said, to me, there may have been something going on in the locker room. There was something going on with some of these players that we're not privy to, and it just took them out of their concentration.
It all started, remember, I think you were on the call with me. Remember in there was a game where as Dazzo's going to throw it deep, and that pass is tipped, and again, that's 7 targets, just 2 grabs. He cannot make a play in coverage. And what I was saying is that do you remember when he had that touchdown? I think it was against Santa Fe. He had a wide open touchdown, he dropped it.
Yeah.
And since then, it just seems like he's just lost his step.
Lost his confidence.
2nd and 10 at the 27, and again, that was a nice throw by Dazzo. Could have had it even after the tip. So he's going to look Sims' direction, and that pass is knocked away, nearly intercepted. And Mixon is happy about the coverage on that one. 3rd down and 10. I mean, you can't fault the strategy here from Dazzo. If this is the only offense that's working for you,
right?
And why not try 3 times?
Yeah, I mean, their backs are against the wall. I mean, this is, to be honest with you, this is 4-down territory for them. Punting now does no good.
Yeah, I don't think you can at this juncture of the game. I don't think you can kick it away either. 5 wide receivers. Back to pass. Dazzo swings it outside Sim, and if it's 4-down territory, that's not too shabby.
No, it's not. But at the same time, I'm thinking at least run to the stick.
Yeah.
But that's not on DR Sim. I mean, that's the play they had called. He has to run the route.
It is 4-down territory. Out that bottom of the screen. Sim top of the screen. This could be it for Baltimore. This could be their 3rd straight exit in the SFL playoffs in the 1st round. A team that's had so much success in the regular season has just struggled mightily in the playoffs. 4th down for Dazzo. Back to pass. Dazzo's in trouble. Throws it over the middle. The pass is incomplete. And Tallahassee will take over. And the comeback for the moment has fallen short.
Man, that is such a shame too. I mean, such an outstanding year for the Crabs, and for it to end like this, 3rd year running.
With everything that they had against them, you know, Snyder goes hurt. They lose to Baltimore. They lose that heartbreaker to Santa Fe. Which they really should have won that game. And it's been a rough season for the Crabs. I know Tim Johnston is not as Dwayne Lane takes a 3, I know Tim Johnston is not pleased with how the season sort of developed for him, and I think there are a lot of owners around the league that feel like it's time for change. It's time for these teams to be able to keep their stars healthy. They need better doctors.
Oh yeah, and I understand that. I wholeheartedly understand and I feel for him, because I mean, anytime you lose one of your stars, that is just an uphill battle.
Lane loses 3 yards here. That left side run has been the devil of Tallahassee, because Joe Dazzo has been there on every single one of those plays. It's 3rd down and 10. It would be a 49-yard field goal from here. Baltimore still all 3 timeouts in the 2-minute warning, but they're really looking for that needle right now.
Yeah. I mean, it would take some crazy play here.
Tallahassee going 4 wide. Looks like West is going to throw. Can't take a sack. West back to pass. He's going to fire it deep. And West pass is caught by Kelvin Kidd. Put a bow on it. Touchdown, Tallahassee.
That does it. That did it. And like I said, I can't help but feel for the Baltimore organization and the owner, Tim Johnson. This is the 3rd year running where they've had such an outstanding season, and for it to end for the 3rd year in a row in the first round of the playoffs is just heartbreaking. But you know what? There are a lot of other teams that wish they could even make it this far to the playoffs. So they're to be applauded for getting this far, but at the same time, I can understand the heartbreak.
So Tallahassee's going to move on. They're going to be the 3 seed, and they are going to play in a rematch with Santa Fe, the number 2 seed, in the semifinals. Tallahassee and Santa Fe met twice in the regular season in Santa Fe. The Willis crushed them 34-10, but that was early. Last week, Tallahassee welcomed Santa Fe into this building, and Tallahassee looked like a championship team, humbling Santa Fe 27-17 in just a defensive show.
Yeah, and West was 36 of 48 with 2 touchdowns for 346 yards in that
game. Against the Santa Fe defense, you know?
Yeah, that defense is not chopped liver.
So the winner of New York and D.C. will take on the Louisville Wolfpack in the other semifinal next week. And you know D.C. wants their second crack at them.
Oh, yeah. They are, I was going to say they're hungry. They hungry. They want some Park Heat chug.
Back to pass, Dazzo. Oh, Sim is wide open. He's gonna go again. Past the 20, 10, and Baltimore says, "Stop it. We're not done yet." This is an unbelievable performance by Sim.
Wow. Just when I start reading the obituary, they're like, no, not just yet. Don't throw the dirt on us just yet. Now, still, there are other things that would have to happen.
Oh, plenty of things
for this comeback to be complete. But the fact that they have just not laid down. Where was this fight in the first half? Where was this?
I don't know. And where was it last week? I mean, you're talking about a team. Things fell apart so quickly for Baltimore. They had a chance last Sunday, just 6 days ago, to be the conference champion and not even be playing this week, and to have once again a first-round home playoff game.
Right.
And they come out and they really did. They pulled a chicken, they laid an egg, and they got beat badly. And they find themselves here on the road against Tallahassee, which I'm trying to think. Tallahassee at 6-2. They lost to Santa Fe on the road. I'm not sure. I don't know if they've lost here at home this year. I don't believe so.
I don't recall.
A true shot caller, I'm sure, will be able to tell us, that the Pride owner in the chat. But yeah, just from a great situation to a very difficult situation. And Baltimore now has the onside kick. So here we go. Down by 16. And the onside kick is caught by the Fry. That was nicely done. Up to the 37. So Baltimore still has all 3 timeouts. They need to stop. Otherwise, finally, this ball game is over. But moving forward, Baltimore moves into season 6. It'll be their 4th year in the league. They've made the playoffs all 3 seasons. They've lost in the first round all 3 seasons. Where do you think this team goes? Is it time to blow it up? Is it time to mix it up? For me personally, I think they just got to stay healthy. And with this unit, I mean, they're still a championship team as Lane has dropped their 2-yard loss.
No, I wouldn't blow anything up. They have a solid foundation. I don't even know that they need to add any more players. Now, maybe they need to make some adjustments insofar as their schemes are concerned, which is what we saw today in large part. They do need to do that, but outside of that, this is a very solid team, a team that, in my estimation, is capable of going and winning the championship.
And I think they may also need another Lane taking the end off the end. They're going to be out of field goal range here. I think that Baltimore, the one weakness I see out of the Crabs, especially when their running game isn't on point, I feel like they maybe need another offensive weapon. You know, the Sim, they're very much a one-trick pony, especially when Demetrius Outdat is playing so poorly. And if he would have played better today, maybe the Crabs win this game.
Oh, well, there is that, but they definitely missed the absence of time. But I think, as you say, when somebody goes down, you need players that are going to step up. And Outdat, we just didn't get that out of him today, nor last week, or their last game of the season. So, I don't, like I said, I don't know that you need to add any additional players, but you probably need to shore up a position or two with replacements, if you know what I mean.
Going back to Sim, I don't think, as Tallahassee has to punt, Baltimore's going to get the ball back. I don't think I've ever seen a single player, A, score all of their touchdowns, and B, have all of their offense. I mean, he's had arguably the best game of his career, as this punt is going to be fair caught at the 12 with 1:37 to go.
And thank goodness for Baltimore, this game would be just way out of proportion. And then had the score remained the same, let's say this was 44-3 or 44-0, then yeah, Baltimore would probably have to look at possibly blowing this team up.
If I'm Tallahassee, please somebody guard D.R. Sim. I mean, this.
Yeah.
There's still 97 seconds left here as Dazzo drops the throw. He'll flip it outside. That's Outdat. 4-yard gain. Stops the clock. 3 catches, 16 yards. On the flip side, Sim, 285 and 4.
And he came back in bounds styling with that stiff arm, didn't he? He looked good.
And 285 for D.R. Sim, I believe, is the new record for this season in receiving yards per game.
Greg Corky will probably break that Monday night.
Wouldn't you like to? 2nd and 6 at the 16. Back to pass. Dazzo, pump fake, nearly got sacked. Swings it out to Perry. This is not going to be a good play. That's going to keep the clock rolling. 3rd down and 6. They got to hurry up now.
Yeah, that's the problem with the non-star running back. Perry just didn't have the speed to get that ball out of bounds.
Outdat Sim, both at the top of the screen. 1:15 to go. And Dazzo flings over the middle, wide open. That pass is caught at the 27-yard line, but again, not out of bounds, so the clock is running. Sim is to the top of the screen. Outdat is in the slot. Tallahassee still trying to get back onside. Down to 59 seconds to go. And Dazzo fires. It's knocked away by a linebacker, but the good news is it stops the clock. 54 seconds left.
Yeah, this right now Baltimore is just playing for style points, you know, and hopefully they can bring something out of this for next year. But yeah, this is just style points. Dazzo could go out feeling good about himself because he had an atrocious first half.
2nd and 10 at the 27. 3 receivers. Dazzo back to pass. Dazzo looking Sim's direction. It's caught at the Tallahassee 45. And he's talking smack with, I believe that's O'Neal out there.
Boy, you can't cover me.
Did you see him? They were pushing and shoving after the play.
Yeah, DR.
And I don't really know that. I mean, Mike Dasso, yeah, he's putting the ball in the right spot, but DR Sim is the one running all the routes.
Yeah, DR, the game he's had today reminds me of a game Michael Irvin had against a Cardinal cornerback where he was just, all day he was just asking, where were you, buddy? I was looking for you.
Out of the gun. Baltimore still in this ball game. Back to pass Dazo. He goes deep again, and the pass is caught, and it's a touchdown. Baltimore, horrible position. DR Sim has 5. Count them, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
DR Sims has just, he's off the Chizang. I mean, good grief. I mean, he's made Mixon look like a chump.
Look at Mixon here. This is, or no, that was horrendous. I mean, just terrible coverage.
Yeah, they went. It looks like a cover 2, but should have been a cover 12 or something because DR Sims is not to be trifled with today.
DR Sims saying, "Hey, has the MVP votes been cast yet? Can I throw my hat in the ring?" 3 receivers for Dazo. They got to go for 2. If they don't get it here, it's, you would think, most definitely over. Dazo back to pass, being pressured and had to throw it out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, if I had to vote for MVP, I would have to vote for DR Sims.
Over Parkichel, and Dazo actually had Sim in the back corner.
Yeah,
he just overthrew him.
Yeah, Dazo is not he's not a scrambler. He's a pocket passer. So whenever he's on the move, it's hard. His accuracy does suffer. So let's see if they can get this onside kick.
There's still 30 seconds left. Time for a couple of more bombs to Sim. Never seen anything like it. Onside kick is recovered by Tallahassee.
That should
Unbelievable. DR Sim scores 5 touchdowns in the second half. It was 31-0, and we ended up with a pretty good ball game here today.
And here's the thing. Would Dazo have gone as much to DR had it not been a blowout?
I don't know. That's a question that Baltimore is going to have about 4 or 5 months to think about.
Here's what I do know. If I'm the coordinator for Baltimore, I'm incorporating more plays for DR Sim and fewer plays. Of course, they'll have Snyder back, but I'm going to incorporate a few more plays for DR Sim because it's obviously this rookie has come in and made his mark and let the rest of the league know, as well as Baltimore, that he is to be reckoned with. He is a force, and he is right up there with the best receivers in the SFL.
And that is the end of the ball game. And we will keep it here on the SFL postgame show. Alongside Greg Morris, I am Cameron Irvine. And as we look at the final stats of this wild card playoff game, Baltimore finishes with 8 rushing yards, but how about Tallahassee? 123 rushing yards today. They doubled them up in time of possession, and we didn't really talk about it a lot, but Dwayne Lane really made an impact on this game.
Oh, he did. He really, really did. Like I said, he's short, he's muscular, and he's just light, fast. And he gave Baltimore problems.
A look at some second half highlights. Kenneth Lyons took it away for his 7th interception of the year. And Gage also had one, and now 5 for the year. And I mean, this is just the DR Sim highlight reel. And Sim, I'm trying to get his final numbers. 358 yards, 5 touchdowns. That may be a new league record. For touchdowns and for yards. I know that Abarazzo and Cooley have had some big days, but this was a completely different situation because Baltimore didn't throw it the whole game.
Yeah, I'm dumbfounded. I'm impressed by what DR did today, and like I said, he just showed the rest of the league that he is to be reckoned with, and I am already ready for next season to see what he can do to extend his rookie season, and if this moves into his second season, or will there be a sophomore gene?
So, recapping the playoff schedule again for you as you look at Dwayne Lane, nice run in that second half. We'll have a game Monday at 5:15 5:15 Central, 6:15 p.m. Eastern. That'll be DC and New York, the other wild card game. We know the first semifinal matchup. That's going to be Tallahassee Santa Fe in a rematch either next Saturday or next Monday. Also next Saturday or next Monday, Louisville will face the winner of New York and DC. And the SFL Championship game Sunday, September 27th, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, as the DR Sim reel continues. This is going to be an exciting playoffs. I know the NFL is kind of, nobody likes the Saturday afternoon slot, but come on, people, you're missing out on some good fun.
This turned out to be a great game. Not for Baltimore, but a great game for Tallahassee as they continue their run. This is their 4th game in a row that they've won, and they've looked impressive in doing it.
And Cleveland's probably thinking, hey, I played this team tough, and they may end up winning the whole thing, because right now, if Tallahassee can figure out their one weakness, and it's been their weakness all season is the pass coverage deep. If they can figure out how to stop those big plays from happening and them getting burned, Tallahassee is going to be a championship caliber team.
Oh, yeah.
By in a couple of weeks, if they can get by Santa Fe for a second time. So we'll look at the final stats. Greg, it was great calling the game with you. 31-0, and then Baltimore outscored Tallahassee 34-13, but it just wasn't enough for Baltimore.
Too little, too late.
Great effort. Alongside Greg Morris, I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine. We hope you enjoyed this presentation of the Simulation Football League. And we'll see you back here Monday with Mike Peters and the Knights and the Dragons. Have a great Saturday, everybody.
Peace. I need to get the heck up out of here. I got to take my little